Hello, hello, collective. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is E. If you're returning, welcome back. Glad to have you back. Okay, so this is for all Aries placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever it is in your chart. All my readings are timeless. This could be past, present, or future energy. Take what resonate, leave the rest. Do not try to force a story to fit your narrative. Okay. If you feel called to book a personal reading with me, all the information is in the description box below. Okay. So I didn't really get a lot of downloads for you guys. I just really felt like new energy, transformation. It's been so long since I've done individual zodiacs. Okay, I do have all sign readings up as well. If you guys get impatient and I don't get to your other placements quickly, but I just feel like a lot of transformation for you guys. So we're just gonna see where the energy takes us and where the energy flows. Okay, so. Aries. Let's give me the energy surrounding Aries. Alright, so we have listening, number 23. We have summons, number 13. Threes could be significant. We have risk, number 31. Then we have reminder, number 28. And then we have conclusions, number 12. Just say it feels like you guys are in a new energy. And then the bottom of the deck we have warrior, number 2. Thank you. Alright, so we have 3 of Swords reverse. The Lovers flipping reverse, that Gemini energy and the energy surrounding you. At the 5 of Cups reverse. The 8 of Swords reverse. The 5 of Swords to the Magician reverse, Gemini Virgo energy. Kind of a lot of Gemini placements in your chart as well. 9 of Swords reverse. Page of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. 4 of Swords, Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups reverse. It feels like whatever this chapter is that's ending for you, it didn't turn out how you expected. I feel like it looks completely different than what you thought it was going to be. There's still this happiness, there's still this joy with that 9 of Cups, but with the 10 of Cups reverse, it's giving, this isn't what I was expecting, or this might not even be what you asked for. I just feel like the plan, but look at that, the hair on the break. This is destiny. This is where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to walk right up those stairs into that light with source, your higher power. Okay, it feels like you were just, I don't want to say blind faith, but it just feels like you were really in tune with the divine, in tune with the Most High, to really get where you're going. And it feels like you might have had a plan, but that plan got knocked off course because you're in your soul's true destiny, not really what like where you felt like your destiny was going, like what you might have thought was in your head, just where your soul led, that soul contract, that soul's true purpose. All right, I just saw the hair, not the hair pop, but the hangman on the break. So there was probably a standstill to enlightenment, is what I'm hearing as well. Okay, but let's see, let's get into it. Spirit, please clarify the final source, the magician reverse, and the theme of the reading. I have a 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups. The deck is falling out of my hand. Every time I do fire signs, I feel like the deck always just like flops out of my hand. The King of Swords, Six of Cups, and then we have the 8 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Six of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and then there's that Hangman, Pisces energy. The 6 of Pentacles. I feel as though you were going through something where you felt like either with the Magician in reverse, like you didn't have all the skills, because that's what the usual like meaning of the Magician is, but like it feels like you felt like you might have needed to get an extra certification, or there was more research that you had to do, or you felt like you had to keep learning something before you could start. And so with the 5 of Swords as well with the Magician, it feels like you kept putting yourself in this inner conflict, like with like battling your soul, your higher self, on like what you were supposed to do. And then it just feels like now with the King of Swords, you have more clarity than you did in the past with the 6 of Cups reverse. And now you're on your way to a new beginning. However you leave your legacy here on this earth, whatever this is very abundant. Okay? It could just be however you see your happily ever after. But it's very abundant. It might have been a delayed manifestation, but you're also rebuilding anew. It feels like this was a long time coming because you were you're in a mental space of being unsure, and now it feels like you're moving on with that from the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Swords, and with the 3 of Cups on the bottom, you're rebuilding your life. It's with that energy. Yeah, 3 of Swords in reverse, you're healing something within yourself as you step into this new chapter. Like you're going in a new frequency, and a new version of you, and a new healed version of you. We're humans, we're always evolving, we're always healing, we're always changing. And it feels like now you're stepping into a new healed, like I said, healed energy. Something could have definitely just made its way back around to you because you're in this new energy. But you have more clarity, you're more clear-minded and clear-headed after this transformation, after this healing. Okay? Yeah, 7 of Wands in the reverse, of complete surrender to the divine, learning how to give to yourself, nurture yourself, possibly even give it to others if you're in a financial situation to do that with the 6 of Pentacles. But it feels like it's all going according to plan, is what I'm getting. Okay? In the recent energy, we have the 3 of Swords reverse. Can you please clarify that for me? 3 of Swords reverse. Look at that. Death. Scorpio energy. Yeah. You went through a complete transformation, Aries. Four of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords reverse. Seven of Cups. Nine of Cups. Seven of Wands. Queen of Swords reverse. And Knight of Swords. The Hermit, Virgo energy, and then the Empress in the reverse, Taurus energy. The Ace of Cups in the break. It feels like you just didn't have a lot of mental clarity. You might have had a lot of fog, or maybe there was just energies where you felt like, because the swords are the mental, right? It's the mind. It feels like you could have battled with like anxiety, just mental health in general, and it just feels like you just didn't know which way to go. And now I feel like you're choosing social purpose. I feel like you're choosing things that make you happy, hobbies, whatever that is, because you put yourself in the energy of being unhappy for the longest time, not telling yourself a real truth, not growing. And now with the Hermit to the Empress in the reverse, it feels like now you're taking a deep look at this hurt, especially the Three of Swords reverse being the main energy. You're taking a look at this hurt, you're transforming, you're looking at the things that you held on to that might have kept you in a brain fog, that just kept you from seeing like the truth of things as well. With the sword energy, you can have heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your chart as well, but or you could be dealing with one. But it just feels like there was something mentally holding you back for a long time. Some of you might even started going to therapy just to get more clarity on what this situation is. And once you gain that clarity, whether it's self-work or getting help from someone else, um, I can't really speak on like mental health like situations because I'm not a doctor, but it feels like maybe even, and I said this in the general reading, if you want to take a look at that, but I remember saying something like recalibrating meds. So just like I said, take that if it resonates for you, but that's just something I'm hearing. But you're taking a look at, I think, false truths, false starts, things where you might have held yourself back from because either one, it was negative self-talk, or two, it was people who are in a lower vibration than you, trying to keep you in that vibration as you raise. So they could have had negative talk to you as well, like saying you want to make your hobby into a business. And it was like, no, it's not a good time to start a business, this and that. But in reality, it's your social purpose. The divine had that, the divine, your higher self, gave you that thought at that time because now that time period was the time for you to start. And it could have just been just the healing that you needed to do. It feels like all the confusion, all the things that were holding you back and keeping you unhappy, you're really facing that, transforming that energy to work for you. Whatever pain, like I said, whatever you were holding on to, it could be anything. You're starting to release it and let it go, and you clung on to this mindset or these energies around you, okay, for a long time. And it feels like you're finally setting yourself free from that. You're finally letting yourself go from that energy. In the energy surrounding you, we have the Lovers reverse. Let's clarify that from the spirit. The Ten of Wands. The Six of Pentacles. The Page of Swords. The High Priestess, Pisces energy. The Fool, Aries energy. The Moon, Cancer, Pisces. The Queen of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. I see the Lovers upright peeking out. The Eight of Cups. And I think the Devil was behind that. Yeah. Whatever this energy was, if this is a person, because this is the energy surrounding you, okay? If this is a person, you know, this feels like someone who was always used to you giving, okay? It feels like you, it feels like the Six of Pentacles is supposed to be in the reverse, like it's an imbalanced energy, but it feels like they were so used to you being giving and caring in a very specific way, right? But they, with the Lovers in reverse, they weren't being balanced. It feels like a very codependent energy to me, where they depended on you financially, emotionally, since it's the Pentacles there, but we also have the High Priestess there. But since it's the Six of Pentacles, I'm going to assume probably financially, you know, dependent on you. And they see that you're waking up. They see that you are becoming the High Priestess. They see that you're embodying that very intuitive, very enlightened energy that I was saying. And it's bothering them. They see it happening. It feels like they always try to, like, with the Page of Swords, it feels like they always try to take like just try to take a peek, like kind of be nosy at that time. But I feel like as they see you transforming into the High Priestess energy, now they feel like, oh, the Aries is seeing through me now. They're seeing like they could be more independent without me. They could be more balanced without me. Especially with the Eight of Cups to the Devil behind it. They see you moving on to things that actually make you happy and fill up your cup. And that is weighing heavy on them because it feels like they're saying, well, where's my source of income going? Go, where's what Aries has been giving me going? Like they're really, it feels like they're trying to dig without like, without doing or saying too much to get you to be like you're on to them. Look, oh, the seat is on the bottom of that. And I didn't even know it was there. That's confirmation. I just broke on a Three of Pentacles, so it could definitely be like a friendship. Maybe whenever you guys go out, you buy the food, you buy the drinks, you buy them that nice thing. This feels like someone who's just so used to you giving that now that you're more so giving to yourself, possibly even giving more to your family, because I don't feel like this is the energy that you're related to. It could be. But I more so feel this energy of like they feel the cracks, they feel it breaking, they feel you walking away because you're, like I said, you're on a higher frequency. I want to say collective, but Aries. You're on a higher frequency. I feel like you're leaving them behind, and now they're seeing like it's not balanced anymore between you two because you're on a higher frequency. They see you walking away, and it's like I feel like they've always gone behind your back with the Page of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles to the Page of Swords. Like it feels like they always were going behind your back. Like they were never like truly a friend is what I'm getting. And I don't like energy like that. I more so would like for the energy surrounding you to be like your higher self, or like something that you could kind of not control but just like be aware of. And I guess this is just the energy you have to be aware of. So you might have a specific friend, lover, partner, whatever, that you always just did more for, and now they see that you're starting to walk away. Maybe you're starting to become more aware also with the Page of Swords that this is what they're doing to you, but there's cracks in it, and now they feel the burden of you walking away and moving on to something better, whether it's just like walking away from a friendship, like that relationship, it could be a family member, but you're walking away into something better, and they see you leaving them behind. And it feels like because of how intuitive you are at this time, you're catching it. And they can't hide behind the facade. I wish I would have like pulled this Seven of Swords or something for them, but that's what that feels like. They're so used to you doing so much. Now you're pulling it back, and now they're like, what do I do without Aries? How do I reel Aries back in? They won't, because you're the High Priestess. You're seeing exactly what they're doing. All right, in the challenge, we have the Five of Cups reverse. Spirit, please clarify that for me. Nine of Cups. Five of Cups, clarifying the Five of Cups. Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Eight of Wands. Three of Swords, Three of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Wands, Judgment. Ace of Wands, the Lovers. Six of Wands. Yeah, there's going to be a very healing conversation. There's going to be a very healing situation that I feel like has been a long time coming, and it helps you heal in a very emotional way, especially with the Five of Cups like coming out, clarifying the Five of Cups with the Three of Swords in reverse again. Okay, look, Seven of Swords. You finding out truths. Also, taking off that mask. No longer having imposter syndrome. There's something that was a long time coming that was imbalanced, that kept you in a state of unhappiness with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, and you're healing that within yourself. This could, like I said, it could be self-talk or just a conversation with this person or a conversation with anybody that gives you the realization that, yeah, I saw the Eight of Cups again, that you have to walk away because you have a higher purpose to a Cups. You're starting to fill your own cup. You're starting to do what fulfills you at this time. There's no more, I feel like, balancing acts. There's no more give to this person, give to that person. It's more now given to Aries. Really stepping into your divine feminine energy and learning how to nurture yourself, mother yourself. Yeah, no more battles, no more conflicts. The challenge is to keep yourself, to continue to heal through it and transform this to complete balance and complete peace with the Temperance in reverse. Your whole life feels like it's changing rapidly because of this healing journey, because of the transformation and the things that you've been holding on to. Okay, you're facing all those things that were imbalanced in your life, and one by one, you're balancing out these old friendships, you're balancing out these old situations, you're balancing out childhood traumas, any trauma in general, that of your past. You're really taking a hard look at it. Anything that never gave you true clarity, anything where you thought it was a truth and it really wasn't a truth. It was just people and their energies and what they needed to do to heal, projecting that onto you. And now you're like, well, I always thought this way, but that was because my mom said this, or my dad said this, or my friend said this, and I thought that was how it's supposed to be, but that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to go this way because I have more knowledge, because I have more, just like I said, more knowledge. I can't think of the other word that I'm trying to say, but just more knowledge, I guess, more clarity. You found out more truths. You did your own research. You had more life experiences outside of family and friends that you might have grew up in. Some of you could have just moved from your old neighborhood and then just learned more and new knowledge from other people. Okay. The potential outcome, we have the Eight of Swords reversed. Spirit, please clarify that for me. Okay. Look at that. The Ten of Swords. Strength, Leo energy. Page of Cups. Five of Pentacles. The Magician in the reverse again. The Emperor, Aries energy. The Two of Cups, the Star, Aquarius energy. The Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Yeah. The Page of Pentacles. You learned whatever lesson you were supposed to learn here. You've forgiven who you were supposed to forgive, and got more in tune with your spirituality, with your intuition, with your soul, with your higher self, however you want to say it. You've gotten out of the mindset of always going to hurt or always never going to work out. You're opening up your heart chakra here with the strength card, and you're finding the will to move forward. You're finding the confidence to move forward. With the Five of Pentacles, it lets me know that whatever abandonment wound you might have, or whatever you feel like is holding you back from being financially free or abundant, you're really, so you're facing that head on. It's the things that you either had a fear of learning, a fear of accomplishing, or feel like you never could, you're really facing. Is it tough? Especially with the Ten of Swords there, yes. Is it painful to let certain things go? Of course. But you're taking the time to learn, you're taking the time to heal. Okay? It feels like definitely balancing out your feminine and masculine energy. You're doing a lot of healing with the star. You're stepping in with the Two of Cups to the star. You're definitely stepping into your soul's true purpose, your destiny in this life. You're letting go of conflicts, like I said, a false belief. Yeah. You're coming in union with self with the Three of Cups. Eight of Cups again. Walking away from a painful past, painful mindset, just whatever pain that you've been facing, whatever you told yourself you couldn't do, but you didn't have the strength to protect yourself from, you're stepping out of that and stepping into true alignment. Okay? It's going to be painful. It's going to be hard in this new era of your life, but there's also going to be beauty at the end of it. Like I said, it doesn't look like how you thought it was going to look like, but it's definitely going to be better than what you thought it was going to look like. Advice for Aries. Thank you for your messages so far. Advice for Aries. Thank you. Three of Swords. Temperance. Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. I love this deck. I haven't used it in so long. Knight of Swords. Two of Wands. Page of Swords. Five of Cups. Knight of Wands. The Emperor upright this time. Seven of Cups and then the Star again. Then Four of Swords reverse. Spirit is saying as you learn and work through this pain, you're going to get the Nine of Pentacles, because it's pre-Empress energy as well. Then we saw the Emperor. So you're definitely in the energy of protecting yourself and fathering yourself at this time and learning how to mother yourself through this. Because it could definitely be like a mother or a father, whatever that means for you. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. My son is home and he's excited because his costume came in. So I'm sorry. Okay, but as I was saying, even though you're going through this painful transformation, you're going through these hard things, these clearing these mental blocks and everything like that, you're going to start getting manifestations coming in. There's going to be money, just good things that are coming in for you as you're healing this. And you might feel like it's an awkward or weird time, but it's just that Spirit is proud of you for learning and going through the steps of this with the Page of Swords at the bottom, that they're just going to just start giving and giving because you're starting to be in that frequency of healing. You're starting to be in the frequency of your soul's true purpose, the higher plan for yourself. Yeah, the Three of Cups. Celebration, union, soul family coming in. All of these things are going to happen while you're healing, and I feel like it's going to feel awkward, but now you're seeing oh, this is how life is supposed to be. This is how life is supposed to be lived. And even though you're going through this transformation and you may be going through this hard time, with Temperance come out, Spirit is saying everything is starting to be balanced. And now as you slowly transition, everything that you've been wanting to manifest, even things that you probably haven't even thought of yet, are starting to come in for you. Okay? And that's a beautiful energy to be in. So just kind of, you know, keep that in mind. Like you might have this huge crying session and then randomly you get a new client and next thing you know you have an extra $100, $200, $300 in your account, or you're going through this like crisis of like realization of like a past trauma and then you get like 100 new subscribers or something like that. You know, like it's going to throw you off. The spirit is saying these are the blessings that I'm giving to you because you are taking the time to really learn, to really process, to really transform into who you're meant to be, embodying your higher self and doing the work and doing the self-care, just really taking a deep dive introspection into just your healing journey. At this point, some of you, this could be the first awakening that you're happening. Others of you, this could be the millionth. But no matter what, the transition is always hard. Okay, the transition into something new is always hard. It's always just very just draining. But then once we get to the other side of it, we're literally like, we did it. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It might have been hard to get to that point, but what you step into, when you step into true alignment, that's when it's just like it was painful, it was hurtful, but it was worth it in the end. All right, I'm going to start getting into oracles. So if oracles are not your thing, I will see you in your next reading. Okay. All right, so that's for Aries spirit. Thank you. Okay, so we have attend to the details, Virgo energy. Shine, Leo energy. Leave the past behind, Capricorn energy. Detoxify, Taurus energy. Work through your feelings, Aries energy, well, your energy. And then we have know your worth, Taurus energy. Find balance, Libra energy. I think we have a new movement Libra at this time. Advice for Aries. Thank you. Okay, I usually do this first, so I did that backwards. But okay, so we have you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Okay, and then you're not for everyone is number 132. Those numbers can be important to you. Okay. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, to let the world see who you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature. Not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. How can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what other people think? That's what, and I said something like similar to that. Like, you were probably listening to people saying like certain things, and with all the sword energy that we had in this reading, it feels like it just caused you mental fog, and it took you a long time to get out of that energy. And then also in the energy surrounding you, like you had someone who was trying to hold you back because of how much you were giving to them. That's a lower vibrational energy than you. And you don't want to stay in that. It feels like in that energy you were giving more to them than you were to yourself. And now you're giving more to yourself than to them, and that's an issue for them. And that should never be an issue, because if it's not balanced, if it's not an equal give and take, then what are we doing? So if they can't see who you're transforming into and embrace this new change within you, then are they really meant to be in your circle? Are they really so family? I'm also going to pull a soul truth for you. I feel called to pull this deck. I only use it in higher self soul readings. Advice, please. That was quick. Okay, so it says, name all the things you love. Are you one of them? I give myself all the love and attention I need. I love that. That could be an affirmation for you guys. Advice for Aries. Advice for Aries. Hold that card. What's supposed to fall out? Advice for Aries. Meditate. So yeah, maybe meditating will help you have more clarity. On the bottom we have the divine masculine. So connecting more to your masculine side during meditation could be definitely something that you should start getting into. I would say meditating with a frequency of 639, because that's about like balance. It is about love, but it's also like about like balancing your feminine masculine energy, coming into union with yourself. So that might be a frequency that you should meditate on, to find a decent, good binaural beat that has that frequency in it, because not all the videos on YouTube have the right frequencies. It says it does, but they don't. There is also like a frequency generator that you could probably meditate to as well. I use that now than a lot of the videos on YouTube, or sound bowls. Some sound bowls will be the like most accurate. So just don't always do a binaural beat. I learned that they're not always the right frequency. But that might be what you need to do at this time. Connecting very deeply to your masculine energy, your masculine side within yourself. Advice for Aries. Thank you. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. I'm getting that more so. It could be kids, but I'm getting more so of like your inner child with that. Have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. You have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. We have this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. You deserve love. You are lovable. And then let your friends help you on the bottom of the deck. This is definitely giving like you might have, like you're going to get new friendships and new love and stuff like that comes into your life. And it feels like, to me, it's going to be it's going to be triggering. It definitely is. And I don't get this as like past, like with the reconciliation, I'm not getting like this lifetime. I'm getting like past life. I do have a past life card in that deck, but it didn't come out. But I'm feeling that. Like I feel like this isn't a reconciliation with someone from this lifetime. It feels like a reconciliation from someone from the past. Like a past lifetime. And I feel like don't be too hard on yourself if you do find love while you're healing. They always say that healthiest relationships are the hardest to be in because you never experienced that type of love. And that might be what this is for you, because you've always had unhealthy situations. So just pay attention, but don't be too hard on yourself, and don't be too hard on that person when they come in, is what I'm getting. Like, call themselves out, call them out on like whatever is triggering you or like whatever is harming you, but also like pay attention to what you need to do for you. What are you doing that's unhealthy in a relationship as well? Don't just try to put everything on them, is what I'm hearing when this person comes in. I usually read those as self-love, but that's just what I'm an intuitive reader, so that's what just came out there. Advice for Aries. Advice for Aries. Thank you. Okay, we have the Wild Rose. Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness. Untamed. Yeah, this is just like being completely and utterly you. Whatever parts of yourself that you were keeping hidden, just let it all just like shine and be out there. I think this is like the last oracle in this. Is it? Yep, it is. This is the last oracle, like the very last one. So, like I said, closing the chapter, stepping into a new one. And, okay. If someone says that you're not normal, say thank you. If someone says that what you're doing isn't normal, say naturally. The wild rose knows that no one rose is the same as the other. She doesn't try to bloom in a neat row according to a schedule. She doesn't open and close according to who walks by. She trusts her timing and blooms with wild abandon. She's resilient. She knows who she is. The rose knows her true unique nature, and she wants you to remember yours too. She knows that what makes you wild makes you free. That is what kept us contained. That's what kept us contained. That's causing us harm. That our diverse, unique nature is what is needed now more than ever. This card comes with the invitation to do what would make you feel most free, to trust in the everything that makes you stand out, to realize that you were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to grow in a perfect, cultivated way. You were never meant to bloom in unison with someone else. You were never meant to be captive or controlled. Nature is full of diversity. It's imperative to its survival. It is, and it is to ours too. So be who you came here to be. Express what you came here to express. Sing the song that you came here to sing together. The wild ones will be the ones who set us free. Rose transmission. I free myself of what keeps me captive. I allow the unique wildness within me to be free. Like I said, when I saw the Seven of Swords finally come into the reading, it feels like you were releasing imposter syndrome. You were like releasing a false identity of self. Whatever, like I said, whatever it was that caused you to have mental like fog, not having clarity. It could even just be like maybe you start dressing different. Maybe you do your hair different. Maybe you change your diet. And like I said, as you change, there's going to be energies around you that just don't understand what's going on because they're not used to you being this way. But this is just part of your transformation. It's part of what you're meant to do. You might be doing something unconventional with your life, but it's whatever how you leave your blueprint on this earth. And I've said that a lot in like the past like few weeks. Just how you leave your blueprint on this earth. Whatever that is. Even only for a moment, only a handful of people know that truth. At least they know that truth about you in this life. Because that feels like that's what's a part of your soul purpose, is living in that truth for others to see. Even if it's 5 people, 10 people, 100, 100,000, whoever. Somebody is supposed to see you shine in your most unique way. And it doesn't just help you, it helps the collective. It helps other energies surround you that need to be on the same vibration as you or rise with you. So don't hide whatever this is about yourself anymore. There's something that's very beautiful about it and the world needs to see it. Advice for Aries. Thank you. We have release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. That play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Interference. An external party is intruding on this relationship. acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, so we have addiction. An addiction is affecting this relationship. We have obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. And then we have passion. Try something you've never done before. On the bottom, we have intuition. You already know the answer you see. This is that energy that was surrounding you earlier in the reading. You know how that phrase when they say like your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other, or like is blocking, like your husband or wife, or is blocking you from, you know, like your true soulmate, or whatever. I know that's not the exact saying, but that's what this feels like. Someone who just wants to hold on to you because they like what you could do for them. And now that it's time for release, they're trying to hold on as tightly as they want to, and intuitively you know like who this is. Like you see the patterns, you see what they're doing, you see them for who they truly are, and you see that they're trying to use you in this situation. So Spirit is definitely saying like it's time to let this go. You learned what you were supposed to learn. It's time for them to accept the fact that this is over, that you're no longer doing that for them, and you're moving on to peace. And then it's going to be different for all of you, because it's going to be a different situation, a different person, whatever it is. It could be an energy within self, like I said, but I'm more so getting this as an external energy, someone that you deal with. It could be a partner, a friendship, a family member, a co-worker, whatever it is. It's time to let that go. That relationship is no longer on your frequency. It's lower vibrational than you. Nothing is wrong with that. It's just that this person has lessons of their own they need to learn, and this one is you walking away. Advice for Aries. Advice for Aries. We have Stargate Heart. Heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. Okay, Stargate Heart is 144. That could be important to you. There's a reader on YouTube, and her channel is called 144 Blue Rose Temple. She mostly does Pisces readings because I'm a Pisces, but sometimes she does collective readings too. So if you feel called to watch her channel, please do. She's an amazing reader. Okay, so your heart space is a sacred space deep within you. For some time, you have protected it with psychic shields that have not only stopped you from being hurt, but also stopped you from feeling love. This gateway appearing shows that you have finally dropped the shields and are ready to experience love. Universal wisdom wants you to know that this is your divine right. You are a highly empathetic and generous soul who has so much to give. You are being called forth to reveal the deeper and more vulnerable aspects of your being. Divine light beings are surrounding you, holding you and encouraging you to relax. All the restrictions and blockages of your heart space have now been removed. The worst is behind you and the world needs you. Advice for Aries. We have self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefits me and others. We have fear. I realized that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. We have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And then we have envy. I am the same as everyone, but with different challenges. I have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And then we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And then we have growth on the bottom. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Look at that, on the break we have abundance. I love that. Like I said, this is a huge time of just clarity and truth within self. It feels like this area here is just the shadow self, like you acknowledging your shadow self and learning how to heal from that, forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Yeah, just like true growth, true expansion. Advice on Aries. That was quick. Thank you. Oh, we have two. We have Clean It Up, number 21 in the reverse, and then we have Exchanging Gifts in the reverse, number 27. Okay, so the essential message is getting to the core of a situation, freedom from burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. This is in the reverse. I have to read the protection message. So, it is possible you may be focusing too much on other people right now, trying too hard to be helpful. Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You do not need to be needed to be loved. Yeah, I think that was just like extra clarity on that person that popped up in your reading. Okay, then we have Exchanging Gifts. So the essential message is the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. Be careful what you pray for, because you just might get it and then realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but no, you will have to walk away from or even fail at it because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being the only giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life, where you find yourself in victim mode in a codependent dynamic or holding on to false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. This time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of it. I just feel like Spirit just keeps giving extra confirmation about letting this energy go. Whoever you feel like has been very codependent on you, where they can really just do for themselves, but you just have a good heart and you just keep doing for them, it's time for release. Okay. Cards always fly out of my hand when I do fire signs. Okay, advice for Aries, Spirit advice. Okay, so we have get more information and perfect timing. Have opportunity. It's up to you. Success and improving health. And then on the bottom of the deck we have no. So if you have yes or no question on your mind, Spirit is saying no. Affirmation of advice for Aries Spirit. Thank you for all your messages today. Affirmation of advice for Aries Spirit. Thank you. I am becoming who I am meant to be. I love that. And I'm always guided. All right, Aries, I hope that helped. If this reading resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you for being here and making it to the end of this reading. If you feel called to book a personal with me, like I said in the beginning, all the information is in the description box below, okay? And I'm going to try my best to get through all the zodiac signs so you guys can see all your placements, okay? You guys stay safe. You guys stay blessed. And I will see you in the next reading.